Oh, looky what we have over here. Future home buyer. Yes, sir. About a year ago, at the height of lockdown, I took the crazy decision to embark on my property owning journey. Crazy. I know. But I knew that once I was done with my journey, I would want to share a couple of insights, lessons that I've learned from it with other people, especially young people who want to embark on their own home buying journey. So here I am. I think the central message here is it may be difficult, but it is not impossible. And listen, let me serve this tea piping hot. I have my notebook, I have my laptop. Let's go, honey. Huge disclaimer, I am not a property expert. I'm a layman just like you who went through the journey and just wants to share a couple of nuggets with whoever's willing to hear. So yeah, the first piece of advice I'd give you is assess your why. Why do you want to invest in property right now? Do you want something to live in? Is it a situation where you want to invest in it and have someone come in, aka a tenant? And knowing why you want to buy property then directs you what and where and when. So why do you want to buy property? I'll use myself as an example. At that time, I desperately needed a place to live in, but I also had a forward-looking perspective in the sense that I wanted to invest in the future, so have someone come in as a tenant and hopefully replicate that process in the future. So then having a clear sense of that informed location, informed what type of home I wanted to buy, when I wanted to buy it, the price range, yeah. I mean, it also informs your price range, because then how much am I willing to invest, because how long am I going to be here, in jungle of the future, how much more money am I going to need for my next investment? You get where I'm going with this, right? So yeah, why? Now that you're somewhat clear about your why and it's informed where you want to go, how much you're willing to spend, it's very important to assess your financial situation. And please be honest with yourself here. You need to be honest about what you can let go of every month while still being relatively comfortable. A really useful tool that I'd advise you to make use of is those online bond calculators, bond indicators. They really give you, I mean, it won't get to like the exact amount, but it gives you an indication of how much you'd be expected to pay from a month to month if you were to buy a property within a certain price range. So yeah, make use of those. And while we're still on the topic of finances, I want to pick this bone with young people when it comes to the issue of a credit record. Yo, you need a good credit record if you're gonna approach a financial institution for a home loan. You can't run away from it. And part of that means accumulating debt, managing. Okay, let's try this again. And perhaps let me not use the word accumulate. Get debt, manage it responsibly. Manage it responsibly. That's how you build a good credit record, a good credit score. And you know what? I get it. It's daunting. I had to take a lot of time to just get over it. But I did it in a relatively simple manner. I went to a clothing store that I already regularly use. Got an account there, got a couple of items, did that over some time, about 2 years before I bought my property. And please regularly check your credit score. I use ClearScore. You can get the app on your phone. It's so easy to use, so convenient, totally recommend. I definitely made sure that before applying for a home loan, I knew exactly where I stood. Now that you've got the details and you know how much you can afford, you know your credit score, girl, oh boy, go online and find your dream home. Or alternatively, find an estate agent first. Personally, I preferred going online and then just going with the estate agent who was linked to the property that I wanted to get. View. Don't settle for the first option. Just look around and remember, within your bracket. Now you found your dream home, you love it, you've looked around, you've prayed about it. You know she's the one. It's time to sign a OTP, aka I said OTP, aka an offer to purchase. Before signing your OTP, it is very important to go through everything in it, every line, line by line approach. It is also at this point where you are able to negotiate the price. Listen, I don't want to go into the details of negotiating. Personally, I was able to get my property at a lower price than it was initially put out for. Listen, it was an issue of luck. Well, personally, I was in a favorable position in the sense that the seller was desperate to get rid of the property because she was moving overseas. So she was able to, or not able, but more open to negotiating. So yeah, it was relatively easy for me. But yeah, I'm not an expert when it comes to negotiation, so I'm gonna leave that to the experts. Unless you've got a lot of cash at your disposal, then it is time for you to now approach the bank for a home loan. Exciting stuff. I would 100% advise you to get a bond originator. It just shaves out a lot of the pressure, a lot of the work. Get a bond originator. Now let me tell you about a bond originator and why you need her. She approaches the banks on your behalf, so you do not need to go to every individual bank and put in your application. She does that for you. She tells you what she needs. I'm using she because mine was a she, and I love her to this day. I love her. If she's watching this, I love you. She's also able to negotiate on your behalf. As I said, I'm not a guru at negotiating, so having to shift that responsibility to someone else was absolutely amazing. And then obviously give you feedback on, you know, what the best option would be. So get one. And you know, sometimes you do get rejected. I was rejected by 2 banks and approved luckily by 2. And even if you are denied, it is not the end of the world. You can still go back to the drawing board, go back to the first steps that I mentioned in the video. And let me tell you, the day your bond is approved is going to be one of the best days of your life. I know exactly what I was doing, what I was wearing, who I told first. Exciting stuff. I mean, the rejection sucks from those who reject you, but from those who give you a yes, oh my gosh, I can't forget this one. Get a home inspection. Get a home inspection. Yo, get a home inspection. Get a home inspection. You don't want to have signed all these things, got any bond, paid all this money, and then you find faults with property that will need even more money to fix. Get a home inspection, please. So at the point where you have now signed your OTP is a point where your legal people can start being involved. So you have a bond attorney and you have a transfer attorney. The bond attorney is appointed to you by your own bank, you don't choose them. And then you have the transfer attorney who is appointed by the seller. So I mean, I think the names are self-explanatory. The bond attorney, registration of the bond, the legalities around that. Transfer attorney, transferring the property from the seller's name to the buyer's name. So just because you have your own bond attorney that's assigned to you by the bank doesn't mean you only pay Ibona B1. So there's a fee that you pay to the transfer attorney, there's a fee that you pay to the bond attorney. And I'll tell you this is where it becomes really critical and crucial to save, because these are costs that you can't, you know, bundle and make a part of a bond yako, or I don't know, get a loan, gupi. I guess you could. I don't want to get into those details again. I'm not a property expert. But at the end of the day, these are fees that you have to pay up front, and they're quite hefty. While on the topic of costs, I definitely want to alert you guys to the FLIS program. So this is like a subsidy program that is sponsored by government. Wait, let me look it up. Ha! I got my laptop. So it is the finance-linked individual subsidy program. As I'd said, it's government sponsored, so it's a government subsidy for first-time home buyers, so low and middle income owners. I'm seeing here that it's for people who earn who earn between 3.5 to 22,000 rands per month. You can benefit from this program. So they give you a certain amount depending on which bracket you fall into, and that's going to help finance the costs around purchasing your home. You can use it for a deposit, I believe. You could also use it to uyifake home loan immediately, which will be a great deal of help. You can also use it to finance some of the registration and transfer costs. So yeah, please read up on that. I couldn't use it, would have loved to, but yeah, read up on that. Amazing program, amazing. The process of transferring the ownership, the name from the seller to the buyer is personally the part that I found to be the most overwhelming. So many steps, so many documents, signing of things, man. Please make sure that you ask questions at every step of the way. It will save you so much. When you get a document, ask what the document is for. If there's something you read within the document and you don't understand, ask. It doesn't hurt to ask. I personally asked like everyone, everything. I'd even ask more if I felt like I was annoying them, because listen, Axon is stock sweet less. Sasispaza shop. It's a property. Okay, so you need to be sure 100% clear on what you're getting yourself into. Ask. So if you're purchasing within a gated community or a development and not a freestanding home, so this is a home on its own in a gate la corner, what I don't know how to describe it and explain it, but then the opposite of that would be a gated community. Sonke see community gating. So around about the time that the bank approves you for a bond, you also then get an idea of how much you are going to pay for insurance. I got my insurance with my bank. It was just, yeah, I've heard of some other people get it from like an outside institution or whatever, but for me personally it just made sense. So yeah, the picture becomes clearer here. It starts to hit the fan, becomes real. I'm not scaring you, am I? It was scary for me. I won't get into the details of the bond transfer and registration process because it's so tedious, and it probably needs like a little short video of its own if you guys want to hear about my experience with that. It was so taxing, let me know. But for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to leave it out. But once everything has been signed, the costs have been paid up front and it reflects, then yeah, the process, and after some time, then you get that one email that's just gonna make your life, it's in your name. I flipped out. This was a very high level summary of the process. I couldn't really get into the details of it, otherwise we'd be sitting here for an hour. But I hope it helped you to get a clearer picture of what to expect. And yeah, the biggest lesson I learned is do your research, know what you're getting into, read, ask questions, and very important, do an honest assessment of your affordability. You know, you're gonna be stuck with this financial commitment, and I know I emphasized on this during the video, but please look around before you settle for a property. However, imagine the feeling of yo so jambile wapapa wena wayithatha lokho oqala, and then you start like ubona ukuthi khona kungcono, hey, and now we're so stuck. It's been a minute. That's all, folks. I'm gonna stop there for now. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in to watch this video. I enjoyed sharing what I could with you. I might have forgotten a few things along the way, but this is as much as I can recall right now. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to hit me up. Ngifuna sonke sibophe my abafuna imizi bathole imizi, abafuna imoto bathole imoto. Those want to start businesses, but yeah, see you in the next upload. Please don't forget to subscribe. A lot more useful information is going to be uploaded on this channel. So Pearl is here for you, whatever you need, honey. Okay, babu.